So you may have seen from our previous videos, we are well on our way to renovating this house into the mid-century forever home of our dreams.
And although we'll continue to show you our room by room transformation videos, right now we're going to show you our first ever monthly vlog.
Keeping you right up to date with the latest goings on with a jolly Reno. So here's the situation. Great news, my brother and his partner have just secured their mortgage. Downside is there's nowhere for mine and my brother's work tools to go. And seeing as we converted our garage to gym, we not only have the pressure of trying to find somewhere to put them, we also have the added time pressure of about 5 weeks till their completion.
And as soon as we're hosting Christmas dinner this year, we've also got to get the kitchen finished.
So, let's get into it. And what better way to welcome you all with a quick walk through the floor plan and what's been done so far.
So when we first set eyes on the property, the home was in a time warp. Starting at the entrance hall, it was wrapped in dated wallpaper and old red carpets.
Congratulations. So tell me, why did you want to buy this place?
We just saw the potential and we really thought it could be a forever home.
So you bought this house for £250,000. Tell me, what's your return on your investment, do you think?
Again, we think this might be a forever home.
The old decor continued into the lounge, which is now the mid-century colourful room we'd always wanted. And with a little bit of foresight and vision of the potential, who am I kidding, I couldn't see past the wallpaper.
But thankfully I could, and we started making some serious headway.
We did it! Exactly the vibe that I had in my head, so I'm so glad that we've actually managed to pull it off.
Back into the hallway, there's this generous downstairs loo, which for now has been stripped back. And across the hallway from the lounge is the great sized kitchen diner, and probably one of our greatest achievements to date. As the budding DIY enthusiasts that we are, you can see the full transformation in our kitchen transformation video. And although we need to tile this back, finish this space over the top of these cupboards, fit blinds, a new table, new chairs before Christmas, oh man, it never ends. Molly did get what she'd always wanted in a kitchen, an island. So what kind of timescale are you thinking?
Well, forever.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say they've got to be done before Christmas.
Well, we're not intending to do that.
Through the kitchen we come to a great size utility with a door off to the right leading into the garage, or should I say gym. In here we plan to utilise leftovers from the kitchen work surface, floor from the living room and tiles from our old house to transform this space on a very low budget into a fully functioning utility and pantry.
Leading outside there is a generous garden with gorgeous Yorkshire countryside views, complete with a walkway and beck to the rear. Oh, I must get a gate in that fence. And to the side of the house is access to the front where we built and installed a new gate. Back inside and upstairs there are 3 bedrooms, 2 of which are already transformed, which you can see in our Battle of the Bedrooms video, Master vs Guest, as we battle it out to see which we prefer. Eventually the 3rd bedroom will be a cinema room, complete with a projector, luxury seating and a disguised doorway. Finally, a good sized bathroom, which for now has just been pared back and whitewashed with tile paint. So we'll see the finished house at the end of the show.
Keep saying we're not flipping it.
So if you remember from our last house tour, we started to plan a lean-to to house John's work tools, as their current location,
My brother's garage,
will soon be unavailable. As soon as our garage is a home gym, we really had to get a move on.
So when we started clearing this area of old shrubs and rubbish grass, and not forgetting the massive self-sown holly tree, we didn't quite appreciate the size of this space, which, let's face it, was just wasted. So we've got a bit of prep work to do. We need to dig out a elder stump, an old jasmine, and get this basically cleared, ready to sort of start measuring up where the lean-to and the base of the lean-to is going to go. So let the DIY commence. So we're just going to cut up some of this wood that we found behind the holly tree, get that out of the way. Then we're going to skim up the turf, have a little bit of a rake round and hopefully find a level. that will form the base of our lean-to.
Meanwhile, back inside, prep work for the kitchen tiles had started.
So who's going to be doing most of the work?
I think it'll be a team effort, really.
Have you done any DIY before?
Yeah.
We plan to tile this area here to just above the windowsill to work as a splashback for the hob and sink. And with the rain outside setting in, it wasn't just the weather getting us down.
Who'd have thought roofing was so expensive? Bloody ridiculous, this one, the corrugated roofing, 200 quid for delivery. Things you do to save money on digger hire.
Well, it is what it is.
Well, there goes the tiling budget for the kitchen then.
Well, you're wrong there, because courtesy of tile.co.uk, we just had the ideal delivery.
Ooh, let's have a look then.
So if you remember from our kitchen mood board, we had these tiles earmarked for a while, and we have finally got round to putting them in place. And because we're hosting Christmas dinner this year, we need to get a move on.
Oh, you put the back there.
That was you.
So we've got quite a good run all placed on. We've just worked out and cut out all our pieces for the windowsill and for any awkward bits around here. So we're just, well, John's just cutting them outside, and then it'll be time for the gold trim.
Meanwhile, back outside and the ground all lovely and dry. Yeah, I don't think so. It was time to get our string lines down to work out the position of our first post. And our first post is of utmost importance in terms of getting it squared off with the building, especially if your measurements for the next post are coming off this one. We've done all our levels, we've got our first post in, so we got one post in and we had a cup of coffee and we thought we've got 5 more to do, cup of tea, cup of coffee every post. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it, Mo?
We'll never get them done.
Yeah, we will.
The next day, nothing was going to stop us, not even the weather. So on a lovely wet Sunday, the show must go on.
Good morning, guys. It is chucking it down here. Sort of do need to get this last post in, maybe it'll only take half an hour at the most. Hopefully if it fares up, we can start sort of re-levelling the ground, the soil, by putting some pegs in, working out levels. Obviously if the weather beats us, you know, it's hard to rake slimy soil. Hope we can get that done, and then we can spread the hardcore and the self-binding gravel. Throughout this process we checked the ground levels with pegs and string lines to ensure that our proposed finish level wasn't higher than our damp cores, which meant a bit of excavating and a bit of re-raking of soil. For the base of our lean-to we opted for self-binding gravel, which is a top layer of about a couple of inches, raked out and compacted to form a nice solid, smooth but well draining finish. This sits on top of our sub-layer of hardcore, which give you the strength and stability.
How you doing, John?
Wet. We're getting there. You could use a hand punner to compact this, but a compactor plate like this one costs about £40 a day.
Cue time-lapse.
And if you're not happy with the level, you can simply re-rake and go again.
What time is it, John?
Lunchtime?
And have we finished?
We finished! So whilst we have lunch, let's show you what else has been going on with the Jolly Reno.
What have you got there then, John? If you remember from our last video, John lost his mind over the price of these chairs.
Good each, not
No,
bad.
40 quid in total.
Come on! Why change his mind? He's got it wrong! And no sooner had we got home with our new chairs, Molly had already started covering them with our corduroy fabric. And with the fabric working out about the cost of the chairs, sort of works out £80 for 4, £20 a chair.
Then we started to deliberate over blind samples for the kitchen dining space, definitely drawn to the pinstripe idea with these pattern tiles.
Meanwhile, over to the utility, we'd started applying paint to the walls in form of these samples.
I think I've already got a favourite there.
Earlier in the year, we fitted a gate to replace this makeshift masterpiece. And when the original front fence blew down, it was finally time to get it replaced. We will show you a full how-to video of how we did this, finishing it off to match the gate. And this is similar to the style we're going to use for our lean-to. It will be finished off with this landscape baton to cover any gaps, and we think it'll look pretty good.
With the tiling almost complete, the chairs reupholstered and the table purchased, we were pretty much set for Christmas. But getting the lean-to built and watertight in less than 2 weeks was not looking promising.
So John Bob,
Yeah.
how are we feeling about the lean-to? Do we think it's going to happen?
It's not looking like that now. It's what I really didn't want to happen is the work tool's going to have to go in the garage. But I think in the long term it's a sacrifice well worth making, because we're going to have a really good solid lean-to, one that looks in keeping rather than some sort of metal thing that only lasts a couple of years. So
Yeah, it's going to be worth it for a
Yeah.
few more months' sacrifice.
Exactly.
And Dexter's tapping his toes trying to cheer you up.
Yeah. So the day had finally come. The tools came out of my brother's garage, and this was the last time the gym was going to look like this. Impending mess. A lot of stuff. Yep. No workouts for you.
Morning! Say morning, John Bob. Here we are in the garden again. It's lean-to day 3. What we're doing today, John?
So we're going to try and get basically the structural part of the roof done today. So all the rafters, the nailers, the ledges. Yeah, I know what I'm on about.
Fake it till we make it.
So, just to give you an idea of the space, there'll be 2 double gates here. We might go halfway, or I might have a smaller gate for just general access and then open up before we put bigger stuff in.
Yep.
Go this way. Obviously all this will be in the lean-to. The roof's going to go up, so we'll have all the space above us as well. And then come all the way through here.
Yeah.
We'll have sort of like a regular sized gate here, gives us access to the garden.
Yep.
And then in time we'll put lots of shelves in here, hang our tools, make it look all nice and pretty.
So it'd be a little bit like potting shed come storage shed.
Exactly.
And then this end we're having a big trailer here, aren't we? So it's kind of a multi-purpose space.
Enough talking, let's get this lean-to finished. So there are so many ways you could do this, and believe me, we've been back and forth between notching out and screwing our timber to the side of our posts. The reason we didn't screw to the outside is because the weight and force is then reliant on the strength of your fixings, where if you notch out, the weight and force goes directly down onto the posts, which is much stronger. Back inside, it was the final push.
So we have got our blinds in. Just really brought the room together, really nice with this sort of pattern. And I just need to dress all the other windows in the house now.
Molly has also finished recovering these 4 chairs, which now sit nicely under our new table. So apart from the little bit above here that needs doing, pretty much this room is done. And honestly, it feels absolutely amazing to have one room finally finished downstairs. And we cannot wait to get into that utility and sort that out, especially being a Yorkshireman. All the stuff we have leftovers of the island to use in there, the flooring, costs us nothing.
Well, it's maybe not where we want it to be, but it's now a heck of a lot different. This lean-to is still an ongoing project.
And although we may not have a roof over our heads, at least we had a nearly finished kitchen. Catch you next month.